Hey guys, it's Veggies, and today I'm doing a new kind of video to try and just talk about stuff and see how it turns out. So, today I'm gonna talk about what I would do if I was like 18 again. Right now I'm 30, which is hella old. Anyway, so the first thing that comes to mind is when I was like 18, 19, or like in my early 20s. I really had no idea what I wanted to do at all, which is totally fine. I think that's very typical and totally normal and acceptable. Like, you're pretty young, whether you think you are or not. And, like, what I would say is to just try and find an area of work that you want to pursue. And that already, like, might be available to you, whether you think so or not. Like, when I was from like 13 and onwards, like I was always on the computer, like playing games or potentially, doing things I shouldn't be on a computer. Nothing dirty or gross, whatever, but maybe on websites that aren't necessarily legal and obtaining things in not a totally allowed way by government regulations. Nothing disgusting or gross. It was just like as a 13-year-old, like you don't have a job, you have no money. So if you want to do certain things like play video games, finding an alternative means to obtain those games is like an easy way to play them for free. So I had already been on a computer for a super long time, especially coming into my older teen years and early 20s. But it wasn't obvious to me like, oh, I'll just work in the computer industry. If I had and had tried to like get an internship or pursue that field, I would be like rolling in money right now. Like 10 years ago, the technology sector of the world was like so much more in infancy, comparably to today, where it's like just a bloodbath of people fighting to get jobs. Like, it's insane. And obviously this is just like pertains to me, right? My relevant life experience of just working in technology. But like, if you want to do something with cars, like if you work with cars and you do that all the time, like make that your thing, like go and do it. And then if you have no idea, let's say that you're totally like void of any kind of specialization or anything like that, which is pretty unlikely. Most people aren't just a blob of nothing. There's something that you're gravitating towards, whether you're recognizing it or not. You just need to kind of like take some time and investigate what you do the most out of your day and what you enjoy the most, and then just look at that and be like, oh, that's what I like to do. Let me try and figure out how to like get a job in this kind of field. Another thing is find an active hobby. Nobody wants to be fat. At least I don't think so. Maybe there's some people that do want to be fat and lazy. If you're that kind of person, you can just like skip to a different part of the video, I guess. But like finding an active hobby is way more enjoyable than just like, oh, I have to go to the gym today or I need to go on a run. Like, it's so monotonous. At least that's how feel about it. If you're just going to the gym every day and showing up and picking up heavy thing, putting down heavy thing, logging like numbers, like, oh, I lifted 5 more pounds today on like a specific workout, it's really not that fun. And also, it's like honestly quite isolating. Most people in the gym will never talk to another person in the gym unless they need something, like wondering if someone's almost done with the machine, right? It's really not a place that most people go to form relationships or any kind of community. I'm not going to say that those don't exist, right? Spin classes, as an example, are rather communal and are a great breeding ground for relationships, like friendships. But just going to the gym with the intent of I'm gonna work out, do my thing, and then go home, and it's just part of my schedule. It's not really like something fun. It's not really a hobby, and also it's a rather dull hobby. Like, oh, what do you do for fun? I go to the gym. Okay, like you, you're gonna talk about like a few workouts probably, and then it kind of fizzles out. There's not a whole lot of depth to it unless you're like super, super into it. And that's fair. Some people are super, super into it. But when I say like active hobbies, like sports, like martial arts, bicycling, anything where it's like it requires more than one person to do the thing was way more beneficial, and also like you'll have way more fun. Some people are obviously introverted and don't like talking to people. However, introverts like talking to people to an extent. It's just not something that they gain energy from, and it requires more energy on their end rather than an extrovert who actually gains energy from spending time with people. But it's still an essential human need to have that kind of connection. And if you have an active hobby, it's way more easy to stay in shape because you're doing something that's fun, that's also keeping you in shape, and it doesn't feel like a slog. So that brings me to my next part. Be part of a community. This is something that I'm honestly still struggling with today, and it's not easily solvable, in my opinion. I do have kind of like a network of people. My situation is a little bit unique because we've moved quite a few times, and I don't live where I grew up for 23 years, where I like did have a community, right? I still have my friends out there, but out here it's kind of different. It's not something super easy. If you're religious or go to some kind of church, it's very easy to have a community, right? That's a natural aggregate for people to grow relationships. If you're struggling to find a community, you just need to find hobbies. So like again, like it could be inactive hobbies too, like going and doing art things, wine tasting, signing up for museum tours. Like there's so many things that you can do to find a community. Like Facebook groups, honestly, it sounds maybe like kind of cringe coming from a 30-year-old to like an 18-year-old. Like, go on Facebook, dude, you'll find a community. But like there are so many Facebook groups out there for people to get to know each other and do things together, and it's a really easy way to find people. Like you'll be surprised. Maybe in like larger cities, right now I live in Arkansas, so like it's a bit more southern focused, right? It's not a huge giant city like the Bay Area in California or like Seattle, Washington, right? Where there's so many people that like if you try to find a Facebook group, maybe it could be overwhelming. But generally I would just say like try to find something to do, and you'll get a community out of it. Or even if you want to grow your own community, just try to make your own Facebook group. Try to like spread events. Like there's so many places you can post like event flyers, like a community center, town hall, the gym, community college, even like if you're near a state college, like there's a lot of places. And if you're in college, it's so easy to find a community, dude. Sign up to play a sport, like not be a part of a sports team, but like just a recreational sport, or just like hang out somewhere at the college. Like you will find people. The last thing I want to talk about, and this ties into everything else I've talked about, is just explore and try new things. When I was 18 and in my early 20s, I did a lot of things that like I'm not able to do now because like I have a family and it takes up all of my time other than my job. But like go out and try things, do things that you're totally scared of doing. Facing like fears is so fun, and like don't do anything too crazy where like your life is absolutely in jeopardy. Not to say that I didn't do anything like that and it made me kind of who I am today, but don't be scared to like explore the world. Go and do things. When I was 20, I just moved to a national park. I didn't know what I was doing. I got paid like $200 every 2 weeks or so, and I had car insurance that was $200. So I was making $200 a month in 2017. Now, they did give me housing that was like $14 a week or something, but really, like, I was out there with like $100 in my pocket every month, like just struggling to survive. But it's situations like that in your younger years that make you who you are, and they make you kind of turn inwards and think about things, and they give you a pretty good perspective of situations that you wouldn't otherwise have, of like people that don't make a whole lot of money and are kind of struggling. Like experiencing that, I think, is pretty important. There's a lot of other things that I've experienced too, right? Like maybe some kind of psychedelic experiences. And I'm not saying everyone should have a psychedelic experience, but if you're interested in that and you're already kind of in that sector of the world, like go for it, I guess. I'm not going to tell anyone to do this specifically, but like just try and explore things. Like don't be scared. If you're just going to sit in your room all day or on your phone, like you're not becoming anybody. You're just consuming. So, yeah. See ya.